allow yourself to become soft. Not now, not in this phase. Remember the line, discomfort is the price of the next version of you. Let me repeat that discomfort is the price of the next version of you, and the payment is daily. If you love this line as much as I do, definitely press that like and subscribe button. Now, if you follow this to the letter every day without compromise, your life cannot not change. Here's what happens. Your mind sharpens. Your decisions become faster, your vision clearer, your thoughts more elevated. Your body becomes a vessel for power, not just in appearance, but in how you carry yourself. Confident, capable, composed. Your mission starts to move. You're not stuck in overthinking anymore. You're executing daily. Your presence becomes magnetic because you train silence, focus, calm. You've separated from the scattered masses, and your discipline becomes your identity. No longer something you try, it's just who you are now. And that's the entire point of the 90-day lock-in. Not to check boxes, but to become the kind of person who no longer needs to be convinced to rise. You don't need reminders. You don't need applause. You just move. You just build. You just live differently because the old version of you, he negotiated with fear, with comfort, with doubt. The new version, he has one rule, number negotiation. If you're serious about transformation, about actually becoming someone you've never been, then you have to make decisions today that you don't revisit tomorrow. This is what we call 90-day decisions. You don't get to choose every day whether or not you'll follow through. That's how amateurs live. That's how the old you thought. The new you makes the choice once and then lives inside it. The power of this phase is certainty. You decide what gets cut, and that decision stands. You don't renegotiate when you're tired. You don't reconsider when you're tempted. You don't water it down because your friends don't get it. You made the call, and now the only thing that matters is discipline. So what gets cut? Distractions. Gone. That means mindless scrolling, constant stimulation, random content that entertains but doesn't build you. It's off the table. Your environment is the battlefield. And if you let low-value inputs into your space, they will infect your focus. So if it doesn't multiply your mission, it's not allowed in your day. Gossip, gone. Drama, gone. You are not available for small talk that keeps you small. Every conversation you have for the next 90 days is either helping you become more focused, more aligned, more elevated, or it's stealing your time and energy. Protect your energy like a vault. You cannot build anything great if your energy is constantly being fractured by nonsense. And then there's alcohol. Let's be honest. You already know. If your mind is serious about growth, about clarity, about building power from the inside out, then you have no space for substances that dull your edge. Drinking might feel like relaxation in the moment, but what it really is regression. It lowers your vibration, disrupts your sleep, and muddies the mental clarity you need to make hard moves. Cut it. Full stop. Not forever, but for now. For this phase. For this sprint into a better version of yourself. Now, let's talk about dopamine. Most people's minds aren't addicted to distraction. They're addicted to the chemistry of distraction. The quick hits, the rapid rewards, notifications, noise, newness. Your brain has been hijacked by microstimulations, and until you detox, you'll keep chasing those crumbs instead of building your empire. You need to reset your baseline. That means silence. That means boredom. That means discipline. The next 90 days are not about chasing dopamine. They're about retraining your brain to find fulfillment in hard focus, deep work, physical effort, quiet growth. It will be uncomfortable at first. That's a sign you're doing it right. The environment you build for this season is everything. If you try to do this in a chaotic, cluttered, overstimulated space, you will fail. So clean it, clear it, make it sacred, make it sharp. You're not building a vibe, you're building a launch pad. Your space must remind you, every time you step into it, this is make it sharp. You're not building a vibe, you're building a launch pad. Your space must remind you, every time you step into it, This is where I go to win. No more working from bed, no more multitasking, no more background noise. Make your space silent, focused, intentional. Your room, your kitchen, your phone, your laptop, all of it needs to become part of your system. Nothing random, nothing casual, everything by design. And this isn't just about the physical space. Your mental space has to become monk-like. That means boundaries. That means protecting your time from people who don't understand your path. That means deleting apps, muting group chats, and stopping the habit of checking your phone every 5 minutes for no reason. You are building a container for transformation. Nothing leaks in, nothing leaks out. Because every time you allow distractions into your life, you are sending a message to your subconscious. I don't really mean it. And once that message takes root, discipline crumbles. But when you wake up and follow through, even when no one's watching, even when it's boring, even when it's uncomfortable, you're sending the opposite message. This is who I am now. That's how you rebuild your identity, one act of alignment at a time. Your mind does not need more motivation. It needs orders. You have to stop letting your mood drive your behavior. You have to stop checking in with your emotions before taking action. You must become the kind of person who moves regardless of how they feel. Because if your moods run your life, your results will always be inconsistent. This is the season of commanding yourself, of reprogramming your thoughts to serve your vision, not your weakness, not your cravings, not your fear, your vision. So decide now, what are your non-negotiables? What are you cutting? What are you keeping? What gets your energy and what never will again? And once you answer those questions, you live inside the answer. You lock it in and you move. Because this is not about discipline for discipline's sake. This is about becoming someone who finally finishes the mission. Most people fail not because they're weak, but because they're inconsistent. They start strong. They get excited. They write goals, buy the planner, watch the videos. But when the emotion fades, so does their action. And that's the core problem. They rely on motivation. They wait to feel ready. They wait to feel inspired. But motivation is a mood, and moods are unstable. You cannot build an unshakable life on unstable fuel. So how do you stay consistent without motivation? You build from identity, not emotion. That starts with a concept called identity anchoring. This means you stop acting like the person you've been, and you start acting like the man you're becoming. Not someday. Now, not when you feel confident, not when the results show up. Right now, today, you carry yourself like someone who has already earned it. You don't try to become disciplined. You are disciplined. You don't hope to be consistent. You live as if consistency is your natural state. Why? Because behavior follows identity. If you see yourself as someone who quits, you will keep quitting. If you see yourself as someone who follows through, you'll do it, even when it's hard. The key is to act from that place every single day until your actions rewrite your self-image. It's not about faking it. It's about becoming it. One decision at a time. Next, stop obsessing over goals. Set them once, and then forget them. Shift your focus from goals to systems. A goal is a destination. A system is the vehicle that gets you there. Goals don't keep you consistent. Systems do. You don't rise by constantly thinking about the result. You rise by mastering the process. What's your system? What do you do every morning? What do you do every evening? What does your work block look like? What is your workout schedule? Your reading time? Your check-in moment? These systems must be so simple that you don't need to think. You don't negotiate. You don't delay. You just execute. And to support those systems, you track them every single day. If you don't track it, it didn't happen. That's not just a motivational line, it's truth. Your brain will lie to you. It will tell you you're doing better than you are. It will forget how many workouts you skipped. It will rewrite the story to protect your ego. But numbers don't lie. Data doesn't care how you felt. If it's on the tracker, it happened. If it's not, on your wall. Make it visual. Why? Because the human brain loves momentum. It loves seeing progress. That little check mark, that filled-in box, that's dopamine tied to discipline, not distraction. It builds confidence. It builds clarity. It keeps you moving even when you don't feel like